like you mentioned, why do you need a website? And why do you need a website? So my answer to that kasi is it's like your home base or your headquarters, di ba? So in the real world, in physical world, we have your head office, di ba? Then you
Yeah.
have other offices or branches probably. So those branches, it can serve as your social media channels. No? But at the end of the
Yeah.
day, you should have like an HQ of your virtual presence. No? It's something also that you own. Kasi these sites, social media sites naman, that's really a platform that you do not own eh. Di ba?
Yeah.
Kasi anytime Facebook can, shut you off or delete your profile, you don't have any control over that. Unlike a website, it's something that you can control, you know.
This episode is brought to you by the Accounting Starter digital course for small businesses. It's a 7 module self paced course that teaches you the basics of accounting, and it comes with a free access to our accounting and payroll software. Check it out at accountingcourseph.com. Hey everyone, welcome to the new episode of our podcast. I'm Fiona and I'm joined along with my co host Dennis. And today we will be talking about why you need a website for your small business and how to launch it. So without further ado, let's get started.
DX Your Life and Business, helping you in digital transformation. Hello, welcome to the Digital Transformation Academy podcast. My name is Dennis Hilario, and with me is Fiona. So, like Fiona said, we're going to talk about why do you need a website for your small business and how to launch your first ever website. Yeah. So, but before that, all of us are dead. That's trending right now. Have you watched it?
No, I have not watched it. I've been seeing it around. How about you?
Right. Yeah. Actually, we just finished the season one, the first season.
Is it good? What is it about?
It's all about zombies.
Ah, okay. Zombie
It's like The
series.
Kingdom or Train to Busan, but it's more of a series. Yeah, but pretty much, I don't like. I just like the beginning. I mean, and the cliffhangers. But other than that, uh, it's about the story of how the virus started. Pretty much like COVID and how
Okay.
they plan to end it. Yeah. How about you?
Interesting.
What are you busy on right now? I think the start of your second semester.
Yeah, my second semester just started, so I've been just meeting up with my profs and new classmates. That's
Right.
really what I've been busy about lately. School. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You have time for leisure?
Yeah, I try to have time for leisure. Actually, because it's alert level 2 already, my gym and pool
Mm.
opened up
Oh, really?
already. I reserved the slot so I can try
Even
and
for
check.
the pool?
Yes, yes.
Oh, did you see some people swimming around already?
Not yet. I haven't been, so I reserved the slot for later. So I'll check later. But yeah, I'm excited to use it for the first time.
Okay. All right. Sige, so let's jump right to the topic. So,
Yes.
well, it's all about starting or launching your own website and why do you need it?
Mhm.
Kasi I've been stumbling upon several small business clients in the past 2 years. I'm wondering why they have like zero or no idea about how to create your own website. I guess
Okay.
it's normal before, I think 20 years ago or 15 years ago. But now, kasi there's a lot of tools or self-service tools that you can use already that are templated. So I guess this is more of to convince people that they themselves can do it without having a lot of knowledge about it.
Right, right.
Like in my case, I started making websites since I started doing business from Omega Business Consulting, even the blinds business when we launched it, and it's been our core source of customer leads,
Okay.
even before the social media. But similar to other people, I don't have any formal training on how to develop a website. Though I know coding, but website is not necessarily about the technical stuff. It's also
Yeah.
about the design, the copywriting, and those things. No, but in my case, in my experience, I just use templates
Mm.
and I paraphrase, existing content from similar websites or probably competitors. I
Right.
remember I somehow copied the website of Google Ventures back in 2010 for Hills of the design, it's the minimalist design,
Yeah.
etc. No, but I guess it depends on your purpose, di ba? Yeah. How about you? What's your take on this? No? As a student, as a young person, what's your take about websites?
Yeah, we'll talk about it in a bit also, but I feel like we have there's a lot of areas in websites that really can work still until now in the e-commerce world. Like I know social media has been the main source of marketing lately because it's so new, it's so fresh, but I feel like websites in itself, like how much ownership you can take with it, can really
Right.
set it off if you launch it in the right way. So yeah, for me, websites are still effective, especially if your organization or your business is very heavy info. Like that's a good platform where you can have the overview of your business and not
Mm,
have it very bulky,
right,
if
right.
that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we don't need to define really what a website is, diba? So
Yeah.
it's like in the basic terms, it's just having your own domain and your
Mm,
own browser pages, or
yeah.
even for the mobile, using the browser. For example, you have companyname.com, or in our case, hillsoftinc.com.
Mm,
Then you can publish whatever information do you have, like brochure or company profile, product
yeah.
profile, and contact page, and those things. But like you mentioned, why do we need a website, and why do you need a website? So my answer to that kasi is it's like your home base or your headquarters, di ba? So in the real world, in physical world, we have your head office, di ba? Then you
Yeah.
have other offices or branches probably. So those branches, it can serve as your social media channels. No? But at the end of the
Yeah.
day, you should have like an HQ of your virtual presence. No? It's something also that you own. Kasi these sites, social media sites naman, that's really a platform that you do not own. Di ba?
Yeah.
Kasi anytime Facebook can, shut you off or delete your profile. You don't have any control over that. Unlike a website, it's something that you can control. Second, it has like a more professional feel. So it has a credibility if you have your own domain name. By the way, domain name, for the sake of the others that don't know, is the actual URL or website link
Yeah.
that you have to buy in the domain registrar to own, like your name, like DennisHilary.com, .net, etc. No? So
Mm,
if you have that, kasi especially in your email address, it's more professional, di ba?
yeah.
As opposed to that you're using Gmail for your professional email address. Yeah, it's more of unprofessional if that will be your approach, especially
Yeah.
if you're in like a B2B kind of business, no? Yeah, so the third reason is for having your own website is for blogging. No,
Yeah.
these days kasi you really don't exist if you don't have like a voice of your
Mm,
brand. So by having a voice, by having, kasi ang mindset ngayon ng business is more of every business should be a media business.
yeah.
So depending on your goal or your purpose as a business, you should have a voice. You should post like educational content about your services, your products, and those things. Video man yan, or text, or photo, on top of your social media post. You should also have a blog. And
Yeah.
then another point here is to have your own. For example, if you want to share downloadables like templates, Excel templates, forms, tools, or even your own program, then you can have it. You can put it in your website so people can also browse and download your freebies or other downloadables that you have, diba? Another reason is that if you have multiple products or services or digital products, then you can put up a simple landing page of that
Mm,
product to explain further and have a checkout page, no? Similar to e-commerce, no? That's another reason to have your own e-commerce
yeah.
website, instead of using a third-party platform. Then the
That's
last
true.
one on my list is in doing kasi like mga Facebook ads or Google ads, if you have the intention to do that, then there are what you call pixels and trackers
Mm-hmm.
that you can embed on the website. But by having the trackers kasi and pixels, then you'll know the behavior of your consumers or your audience, and at the same time, you can, you know, specifically post a Facebook ad for the people who already visited you,
Yeah.
something like
That's
that. Ano. Ayun, other than that, do you have some more to add?
Yeah, I'm bouncing off of everything that you said. I feel like the main for me the main advantage of having a website compared to having the social media sites is that it's really customizable. It can really be your own. So unlike
Mhm.
social media, you can really decide how you want to serve your customers there in an online platform. And also like different software as well that you can include for various tasks that you want to get done um, on a
Right.
website. You can, because it's custom made. And also just because social media platforms now are already pre-made, and there's some limitations with it, but with websites there's really freedom, and it can really cater to any online product or service that you have. So yeah.
Right. Yeah, moving on, let's talk about naman. So now, if you are convinced that you want to launch your own website, of course, the first thing that comes to your mind is to look for someone who can do it for you, especially if
Yeah.
you're not a techie person. Ano.
Mm-hmm.
But luckily or fortunately, there's already so many platforms online that you
Yep.
yourself can do it, without having
Yeah.
a technical knowledge. All you need to have is a template and
Mm-hmm.
like a design peg, and then that's it. You just tweak a little bit, diba? So let's iterate some of this. I guess the two important or three important things that you need to have is, number one is the domain name that I mentioned earlier, which you can buy this in domain registrars like GoDaddy.com,
Yeah.
and some other website bundled platforms. You can already buy the domain at the same time buy a host. When you say hosting, kasi of course you don't need to have like buy a server to host it yourself, di ba? There's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
available hosting platforms already. So what are
Yeah.
those? Isa-isahin natin at the same time. I'll give like a ballpark figure of how much it will cost you. No? There are like website content platform, hosting platform that are really user friendly. One is Squarespace,
Okay.
squarespace.com. Ang pricing yata nito is about $14 per month. Medyo mas mahal siya. May mga iba-ibang plan sila up to $23 per month. The ones that a little cheaper, we have Wix, Wix.com. The cost is about $4.5 per month, up to $8.5 per month. We have Weebly,
Mm-hmm.
Weebly. That's about $5 to $12 per month then. Those plans kasi it varies depending on the size of the storage that you want, the size of the
Yeah.
bandwidth that you want. So you can check it naman on their sites. No? And then for if you want to introduce e-commerce, those things that I mentioned, meron na silang parang e-commerce platform. By the way, an e-commerce platform is capability to put a cart, no, to add the cart item as a
Okay.
and then check out, But the commonly mostly used is Shopify.
Yeah.
So Shopify, you can easily do that, But if you want something more flexible, actually, this is my personal preference. I recommend the WordPress.
Okay.
Yung WordPress, you can get it from GoDaddy. You can subscribe there a hosting of WordPress, including the domain name. The cost is roughly about $3 per month, up to
Okay.
$5 per month. We also have DreamHost.com. I think the one feature of DreamHost is faster. You need a faster host kasi so that you'll get rank better in Google search, no?
Yeah.
So the cost of DreamHost is about $2.95 then per month, And then Bluehost naman, some of the sites that we maintain is at Bluehost. The pricing is the same. The disadvantage lang ng Bluehost for me is a little slower than
Mm,
Dreamhost, ano. But pretty much it depends on the features. You can check it out. Now, um, ang disadvantage lang sa WordPress is that it's a little mas above level in terms of user friendliness yung Wix
okay.
Weebly Square space, no.
Yeah.
But ano naman, WordPress is more flexible. You can download their plugins from different sources, from different vendors. You can
Mm,
subscribe to special features of the plugins. Yung mga ganon. Kasi some of the features kasi na nandun is you need security, you need
yeah.
backup, etc. No? Now, if you want to dive further, I guess there's a lot of YouTube tutorials on how to use these things that we mentioned here. Ano? But
Mm-hmm.
hopefully, if we can we can be able to come up with a digital marketing course. Let's try to come up with instructional videos on how to do these websites. No? Yeah, so we talk about domain host and platforms. Do you have something to add in the list that I mentioned?
Um, Yeah, based from what I looked up also, there are a lot of good web design tools, like mostly
Mm,
for how you can really design the interface and everything. So one
right.
of them is Marvel. So that can help you with refining your interface,
Okay.
and it can help you produce quick ideas how you want it to look, also building random prototypes for it as well. It's a neat way for you to build your pages for the pages for your website also, and it creates a good workflow for the
Mm,
website. And then another one is also, we have different copywriting tools. So this is for the content of your website.
right.
So one of the tools that I saw was Readable. So it helps you with the difficult or the level of difficulty of your content. It helps you filter out what are the things that you should keep and what are the things you should take out, just so it helps you gain more traction on your website, because the content is very readable, it's very snappy, it's very straightforward. So that's a tool that can help with that. And then another
What's
one,
that site again?
it's called Readable.
Readable. Okay.
Yes.
All
And
right.
then another one, another tool is Copyscape. So this is more of for the technical side. It helps with plagiarism. If there's anything there that you should take out, if there's anything that you should change, replace. And so, yeah, those are some tools that I have.
I'd like to add some in in copywriting. Ano,
Yeah.
me personally, I use Grammarly. No, to check
Yeah.
the easily check
Very
your
common.
grammar errors.
Yeah.
There's also headline generators if you are blogging. No, you just put in the topic and it will produce headline generator. So
Yes.
as headline options for you. There's also copy.ai and speed right. Na you just put
Okay.
some one phrase and then it will automatically suggest phrases within your blog or within your page. No, for
Yeah.
for design, I'd like again my I think commonly used and I think we use personally is Canva. It's about
Nice.
$6 per month, one of the best tools in the market. Of course, yung mga sinabi ko kaninang Wix, Weebly, WordPress, etc. They have their own teams din naman that you can choose from.
Yeah.
So you don't really need to talk about what's the page that you would like to incorporate there, no?
Yes.
With regards naman to stock photos, I recommend Pexels, Pexels. There's a lot of free stock photos there. There's
Okay.
also free Pik, and
Nice.
Mixkit.io. No?
Mm.
Now, if you want to create videos naman, I personally use Synthesia.com. There's an AI generated person who will you just type the copy of the video and somebody will talk
Mhm.
for you. Ano? And then I also
Nice.
use Splice, an app for video editing, and invideo.com. Invideo.io.
Okay.
INVIDEO.
Mm.
Ayun. So I guess yeah, I'm happy to share these things. Again, I really strongly recommend that you guys check this out and try to launch your first ever website. You can
Yeah.
create a website for your own personal brand if you want, or for your company, or for your business. Kasi after this, probably in the next topics, we can talk about how can we attract people to come to your
Mm.
website. That's another topic. But we talked about that in the past, I think, about digital marketing. But
Mm.
we'll probably dive to more details about it, like email marketing, social media marketing. But at the end of the day, all of those will be, your website is your landing page or your headquarters in your
Yes.
virtual presence, no, in your business. Anything else, or you have any other question?
Yeah, so I want to quickly add. So
Mm,
we talked about different tools and resources
mm,
for how you can launch your website, but I can quickly share a quick guide on some of the concepts or principles when it comes to designing your website. So I'm gonna
yeah,
base this
good.
off yeah, so I'm gonna base this off of an article I saw in feelingpeaky.com, and they shared like a bunch of different principles on how you can really create a good web design. So one of them is website purpose. So this is to accommodate all the needs of the user. It's really just like defining and establishing what is the purpose of your website, defining your expertise, your reputation of your website and your business. It helps you to just it also like having establishing a purpose can help you make your design and imagery very cohesive, like the design with the purpose of your website also. And then of course another one is simplicity as well, really deciding what type of so this is what visually it will look like. The color matters a lot because it communicates messages to the eye, and also imagery, so the visual aspects of your website, and typography. So we mentioned the different tools in helping you copyright, but also typography is important because it really is the one that will give attention to the users who come to your website. And then another one is navigation. So it's really important to have good call to actions in your website and make it easy for them to navigate around, not make it too complicated. The purpose of an advantage of having a good website is really users will just find it easy to go anywhere and they will feel very comfortable looking through your website because it's very simple and easy to navigate. And then another one is just going back through visuals is the visual hierarchy. So it's really important to help you arrange the elements, everything starting from the size, the layout, the spacing. Those are really good things to keep in mind when it comes to looking at your website. And there's more like content, of course, but that will how you'll be able to filter out your content, the layout of your website, the loading time, and if it's friendly to all devices, that's also important. So those are some of the good principles that I've read from that article that you guys can really apply as well. So yeah, that's all I have to share with that.
Yeah, those are good inputs, no, from Fiona. I'd like to add lang, me when I design a website, I I normally ask what is the the first call to action that I'd like them to do, no? Like for
Yes.
example, if the priority call to action is to contact you, then it should
Yeah.
be, I mean, the contact form or the contact page should be in front of your website. Diba?
Mm,
If your first call to action is to download your ebook or your digital product, then that should be on the homepage of your website. No,
yes.
if you're someone who's introducing your company, I guess a company profile is your first
Yeah.
information that you'll see in your homepage, something like that.
That's good.
But at the end of the day, like Fiona said, it's all about the purpose of the website. Ano. Ayun,
Yeah.
anything else?
Yeah, that's it. Maybe I can ask you now, like
Mm.
just from your thoughts and from running a business for a long time and having your own websites as well. What's one like for you? How do you personalize it? What's your personal touch to it? And why did it work for you that way?
Yeah, like me, I have my own website. It's dennisemilahi.com. No? So
Mm-hmm.
my objective there is to share my document and share my knowledge in digital transformation, especially for small businesses. No? So
Yeah.
um, my the design and feel of my website is based on my own personal taste, no. But for other people, I guess it depends on your branding. So if
Yeah.
you're a pink person, just like VP Lenny, then your brand should be, kumbaga, your website should be in alignment with your branding,
Yeah, that's
the
true.
font that you use, the
Yeah.
colors, that etc. So I guess that's my quick tip about the design.
But yeah, that's good. Another question that I have is, what can you say for those businesses who just started to build their online presence in social media? How can you encourage them to still build their own website, and what can be the difference of the content in those two platforms?
As mentioned earlier, no, a website kasi you can really like design the layout of your
Yeah.
website, di ba? Unlike, for example, if you have a Facebook, you're limited to like timeline posts. In Instagram naman, you're limited to photos and videos according to the layout of Instagram. Sorry. Some people kasi they really prefer, for example, to just browse the website instead of a Facebook page.
Yeah.
Ano, so the approach and strategies on each individual platform is really unique. But I guess sabi ko nga at the end of the day, it's more of about how to attract people
Yeah.
going to your website, no. But a quick make quick information about that is number one is through organic search in Google, call it search
Mhm.
engine optimization to rank you first. Second, of course, yung mga pay-per-click ads. You
Yeah.
kasi if you pay the ads, for example, in Facebook, they will require you to what website link would you
That's
like the customer the user to lead them to, no.
yeah.
So that's how you can invite them, but there's a cost obviously in doing
Mhm.
those, ano. But like right now hindi pa naman ganun ka-expensive yung cost sa Facebook, ano, when it comes to boosting or Facebook ads. Probably that's the next topic that
Yeah.
we can discuss, ano, what are the good strategies or a basic framework on how to do Facebook ads to invite people, or even Google ads and YouTube ads to invite people to come to your website.
That's true. That's good. Those are really good. And I feel like at the beginning, it's good to start with social media. But then as you grow, I think just it's gonna help you target more reach and just more kinds of audiences when you build your own website and not limiting it to social media. Because
Right.
again, you can lay out it on your own, and it gives a more professional feel that really shows that you're growing and you're putting more structure to your business.
And you're not a fly by night company.
Yeah, that's super true. But yeah, those are all my questions for now. Do you have any final thoughts?
I think that's it. Again, like I mentioned, I'm excited to discuss naman the how to do paid ads, in our
Yeah.
probably in our next topic.
Mhm.
We'll see.
Yes, you'll check that out in our next episodes. But for now, thank you guys so much for tuning in, for listening, or watching our new episode, Why You Need a Website for Your Small Business and How to Launch It. We'll get into more specifics in our next episodes. But thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe wherever platform you're consuming this from, whether that's in Spotify or YouTube. Comment down below any suggestions that you may have, and like this video as well if you want to see more content from us. But yeah, thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, DX your life and business. Have a great day.